Hello, manna gatherers! Friday is here, and as my children say, hooray! Friday, the weekend! 2 more days with Psalm 85:8. So let's once again hear these words of our ever faithful God. Let me hear what God the Lord will speak, for he will speak peace to all his people, to his faithful, to those who turn to him in their hearts. So last Sunday, our confirmation lesson was on God. Well, really, it was part two of a two-part lesson on God. This week, we focused on God as creator and we God's created. One of the things I had the confirmands do was use some clay to mold a symbol for God and their relationship with God. One sixth grade boy made a tree, and I asked him about it. He said to me, God is like a tree because trees put oxygen in the air that we need to breathe in order to stay alive as human beings. And God, well, God's the same way. We need God to have life. I was blown away. So insightful, so very beautiful. I don't think I will ever look at a tree the same way again. I always love a good escape to the woods because in nature I feel the presence of God. But this boy pointed out what I wasn't able to articulate, a very beautiful and insightful and true and real relationship, an example of our relationship of God and us, our need for air, our need to breathe. God provides us that life. It made me think of a contemporary song that we used to sing at my first church all the time by Michael W. Smith called Breathe. The lyrics go like this, and I'm not a singer, so I'll read them. This is the air I breathe. This is the air I breathe. Your holy presence living in me. This is my daily bread. This is my daily bread. Your very word spoken to me. And I am desperate for you, and I am lost without you. If you haven't heard that beautiful song, Breathe by Michael W. Smith, Google it. It will come up and you will be able to hear those very peaceful words, a song that could be used for centering yourselves and preparing to hear God speak. But this is why I think we need this illustration the boy in confirmation gave, and this song. This is why we need to be very intentional about listening for the voice of God, which I do believe is like the oxygen we breathe. God is always speaking. When we aren't in tune with the voice of God, we can feel lost, like we're floundering and purposeless and aimlessly wandering. All of this was actually on my mind this morning. On my way into church, I stopped at Harbison Forest to get a little bit of a run in, and a little bit of a run turned into a very long run, not a very long run, but a long run, because I got lost. Yep. Wintertime Harbison looks very different for me than the leafy spring and summer and even fall Harbison. And the foresters have done a controlled burn over the summer. And so all those trees down and having just fields of stumps looks different to me than what my memory tells me the trail should look like. And I've run them so often, so I know the trails pretty well. But today, they looked a little bit different to me, being out there in the 27-degree weather, and things just looked different, and I was totally disoriented. And then in the middle of my run, on top of it all, I fell. Yes, I fell down a little, my toe caught a little root, and I fell down a little ridge, and I kind of sprained my ankle. And in that moment, instead of being totally flabbergasted and sad and wanting to cry, I just sat for a moment to calm myself, and I just listened, taking deep breaths and thinking. And it came to me as I was thinking, this is what happens when we don't make time to listen for God. We get lost, and in being lost, we fall down and get hurt. God is truly the air we breathe, speaking to us words of life, of peace, of joy, of hope, even. With every breath that God breathes, this is what God is speaking into our world. And we need to hear what God the Lord is speaking. Listen for God. I will see you tomorrow, Saturday. One more day with Psalm 85:8.